It's so inappropriate to talk about a woman's monthly cycle in our society. But did you know that there is a temple in the hills of Guwahati where it's in fact celebrated as a festival? They say the goddess abode in the temple fulfills all the wishes of her devotees, and couples from all over India come to seek her blessings. In fact, you'd be surprised to know that there are no idols here, but people worship the female reproductive organ. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, let's explore Kamakhya Devi Temple together and the various legends linked to it. Residing on the Nilachal hills across the banks of Brahmaputra river lies Kamakhya Temple, better known as one of the four major Shakti Peeth in India. It is said that every year in the month of June, Brahmaputra river turns red for 3 days. These are the days when the goddess Kamakhya menstruates. Ma Kamakhya Temple is closed and only special priests are allowed inside to do the rituals during those days. Many people claim that it is in fact the priests that pour vermilion or sindoor in the river for it to turn red, and some other believe that the soil contains high amounts of iron causing it to turn reddish hue. However, these claims still don't explain why this happens only for 3 days in the monsoon and not all year around. However, it may be, for the devotees this is the most sacred event in the year and is followed by a grand Ambubachi Mela celebration symbolizing the power of fertility and creation. Isn't it amazing? In the epic Puranic scriptures, God Brahma had a son named Daksh. He became a very powerful and wealthy noble and had a beloved daughter Sati. Ever since Sati's childhood, she adored the tales of Lord Shiv and became an ardent devotee, so much so that she in fact left the luxuries of her father's palace and retired to a forest to devote herself in the worship of Lord Shiva. Seeing this, Shiva also fell in love with Sati, and against King Daksha's willingness, she was married to him and they moved to Mount Kailash in the Himalayas. Prajapati Daksh always disliked Shiva, especially as his favorite daughter's husband. In his eyes, their royal lifestyle was entirely different from that of Shiv. As a king, he wanted to increase his influence and power by making marriage alliances with powerful kingdoms, deities, and influential sages. On the other hand, Lord Shiv lived among the downtrodden, wore tiger skin, smeared ashes on his body, and had thick locks of matted hair. He was far from royalty, but was pure of heart, hence the name Shiv. The difference between the two would later cause immense destruction. According to Vayu Puran, Lord Brahma once conducted a huge yajna in which all the Prajapatis, kings, and deities of the world were invited. King Daksh, Shiv, and Sati were also among the invitees. All of them came and sat in the ceremonial place, but Daksh arrived much later. When he came, everyone in the yajna stood up as a form of respect, except for Brahma and Shiva. Lord Brahma, being the father of Daksh, did not rise, and Lord Shiv, being Daksh's son-in-law, also seemed fit to remain seated. Daksh misconstrued this as an act of insult against himself and decided to take revenge from Shiv. Inflated by his ego and burning in the fire of revenge, King Daksh held a similar yajna as Brahma and invited all of the kings and deities of the world, but he intentionally left out Shiv and Sati. He thought that this would do justice to his own insult. Sati did not believe her father's ill intention and sought to rationalize that such formalities are not required in a family. Against Shiv's wishes, she went to the yajna alone. When he saw Sati, Daksh started to humiliate her for coming uninvited, went on to insult Shiva in front of everyone. Unable to bear these insults towards her beloved, she glided into the same yajna fire and ended her life. Now when Shiva came to know of Sati's sad demise in her father's yajna, he was consumed with inconsolable grief and anger towards him, and he started to roam around the universe with fury. The Shiv Puran says that he was so angry at the loss of his love that he started Shiv Tandav, disintegrating Sati's body into 51 pieces that fell on the earth. These places commemorating each body part later came to be known as Shakti Peeth, and Kamakhya Devi Temple is one of those Shakti Peeths where Sati's reproductive parts fell. So this was the legend of famous Kamakhya Temple, the story of pride, arrogance, and eternal bond of love. If you liked this video and want to see more such interesting stories from our country, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.